What's up? Welcome to the Smart Music Business Podcast. In this episode, I want to talk to you guys about a massive Spotify ad studio update. You don't want to miss this. So many good gold nuggets in here that I've learned, and plus a free download I want to give you as well too, this ebook that is going to help you a ton with your Spotify. Let's go. I spent the last 14 years playing over 1,000 shows, touring 22 different countries, and become a top 40 Billboard charting artist. I fired my record label to go out on my own as an independent artist to market and release my own music, selling thousands of albums and millions of streams. The question I always get is, how did I do it without a label and sell even more music? This podcast is here to show you the way. Join me and follow along as I learn, apply, and share marketing strategies to grow my music business and a loyal fan base. So hey guys, just going for my walk here and getting some exercise. I haven't been doing my walk lately because it's been so cold and just been busy with all kinds of stuff. Halloween just passed, and I know you don't listen to this podcast till probably sometimes weeks later or whatnot, but I record these kind of in real time as I'm going along. But been busy with that and the new album and promoting it. Let me tell you something my wife has been kicking my butt about, and that's focus. And I talked a little bit about that last time, but it's just staying on top of promoting this new album. Like, it's been done for me for a while. It's been done. It's not even out yet though, but it's been done for me. And it's easy for me to want to jump onto something else that's more shiny and more fun to do. But I've been staying the course and I've been staying focused, and I'm seeing my Spotify numbers jump up. I mean, for those of you that are on my email list, you would have gotten an email on a sale on my Spotify Profits course. And the reason I did that is because literally a year to date, last year, my Spotify monthly listeners were 272. Right now, as I'm recording this, they're at 366,000. Okay, was 272,000. Now they're 366,000. So I've almost jumped 100,000 monthly listeners. Okay, and so I ended up doing a sale and a special thing. And one of the things that I've been doing to grow my audience is not only just releasing songs, but consistently good songs, promoting them, but running Spotify ads have been really cool. And Spotify just released this really dope ebook. It's a free download, and I uploaded it to my Dropbox, and you can just download it easily. Just go to smartmusicbusiness.com, smash that resources button, scroll down, and you can download it for free. I uploaded it for you. There's no charge for it. Just go and get it and start running some Spotify ads, because it's really neat how you can see in the metrics in your dashboard. You can see, what the results are. You can see how many new listeners you're getting. You can see how many just listeners, okay? New listeners is someone who hasn't streamed your music in the last 30 days. And that's what I really go after, is the new listeners, okay? Because I want people that haven't heard of me. And so I've been messing around with my targeting, like different bands and stuff. That's who I definitely target when you select the fan base option. And what's interesting is I was targeting a lot in the US, and I was getting some good results, and I decided to try and switch it just to Canada only, because I've already got a pretty big fan base in the US, and Canada is probably my third or fourth biggest market, and it should be bigger because that's where I'm from. And Canada's a pretty decent market, man. Like, I've lived off of just touring. So anyways, I switched it to Canada, and already I'm getting way more new listeners than listeners, because not more, but they're almost like 50-50. It's almost about the same. And that's really good, because normally with some of the US targeting, I would get, it would be pretty close. Like if it was 120 listeners, it would be like 80 new listeners. So it would be a little lower. There'd always be more just listeners. And I wanted more new listeners, people who have not streamed my music in the last 30 days. I want people that have never freaking heard of me. Okay. And so I'm noticing when I switched, I did basically the exact same targeting, exact same ad, and targeted Canada, same bands, and I'm getting like almost the exact same. So if I'm getting 120 listeners, I'm getting 120 new listeners. Okay, so basically the point is I'm getting more new listeners in Canada, and that's awesome because I want freaking new fans. And there's some other metrics in there, and in that ebook that I talked about that Spotify gave me goes over all the metrics. Okay, it goes over the ad delivery and the frequency and how many people are seeing the ad, because sometimes your ad will be delivered to, let's say, it'll be delivered 5,000 times, but your reach is only 4,500 times. And that's because sometimes people hear the ad more than once. And that's okay, because sometimes people need to hear the ad more than once to be convinced to become a fan. All right? People are busy. People are doing stuff. And so you want to keep hitting them. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've seen something and it was on that second, third, or maybe even fourth time I saw it. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to go check this out. Some people don't just get converted right away. Okay, sometimes it takes them a while to become a believer and checking your stuff out. And so that's why you want to keep running things and keep growing it. And it's not always on the first thing. And that's why I encourage you to try different ads and let it run for a few days and see what's going on and see what's working and get some data and even see what songs are working. And it always blows my mind, and it's it bugs my ego more than anything that some of my older songs tend to convert a little bit better than my newer ones. All right, so I'm actually using older songs to get people into my newer stuff. I have a song called Impossible that I use in Facebook ads, and I'm also now using it in Spotify ads, and it's just seems to be converting well and bringing people into my fold. Like, what can I say? There's this option in Spotify Ad Studio, or I guess I should say it's a metric that's called intention, and that's how likely are people have the intention to save your music, like your music, add it to their playlist to listen to later. And I've seen anywhere from like a 8% to 14%, maybe a 27% is the highest I've seen. And then on this current ad right now, and I'm waiting for the data to all collect, but right now it says freaking 50% intention rate. So that means 50% of the people that are freaking listening to my ad are saving my song. So this ad has the potential to do a lot of freaking damage and just get me a lot of new fans. So I'm really excited to keep it going and just see what happens. And so I just encourage you, get out and try some Spotify ads, man. What do you got to lose? All right. Like, do you want to end this year off at the same as you did last year? Did you fall back, or did you grow? Because I'll tell you, if you aren't taking new ground, you aren't moving forward, you're falling back. That's just the truth. If you're not taking new ground, you're just falling back. And trust me, I know what it's like to want to fall back, okay? There's this grant company called StarMaker in Canada, and my sales eligibility in Canada specifically aren't high enough to apply for this grant, okay? Because they basically take people that are already kind of successful and they want to make stars out of them, and they give you marketing money and stuff. And I used to be able to get that. Majority of it was when I was signed, and so the label, really benefited the most out of this. And so, anyways, a lot of times they were denying me the last few years, and that's because they're like, look, like, we think you've hit your prime, and where are your sales numbers like they were back in the day? Where were they? Where are they, Chris? We kind of feel like we've given you enough, and like you're not showing us the light, man. And so it's actually kind of lit a fire under me to be like, oh yeah, you want to see it? I'm going to freaking blow this thing up without a label, without radio and all this stuff, and so it's lit a fire under me to keep growing. And that's part of the reason why, my numbers have grown so much, and it's been without touring either. And just honestly, just Spotify has really been a big needle mover for me. Like, Apple Music really needs to step up their game and, allowing the organic growth of artists. Like, you really can grow and reach so many people and get paid for your streams on Spotify. But you got to invest. You got to invest. And don't think you can just put music out there. That's not investing. Sure, it's investing your time and your money into your music, but you got to invest your time and your money into your marketing. And that's where the majority of artists fall flat, man. You don't put your money where your mouth is. You want success, but you don't realize it's a business, and you got to put money into it until it grows. You got to water that thing. You got to give it sunlight. You got to give it energy. You got to give it effort. And sometimes it don't give you a crop right away. It doesn't, but you got to be the one that just stays at it until it does grow, and then you finally start to reap what you've sown. But you don't reap because you don't sow. You don't plant in the springtime. You don't reap in the summertime, or I don't know what the year is when farmers, plant and harvest. But like the point is, man, you gotta put in the time, you got to put in the money, or else like, what do you expect, you know? And so anyways, go get this ebook. It's free. Go to smartmusicbusiness.com/resources. It's from Spotify, and it gave me a bunch of stuff and ideas and stuff like that, and inspired me what's possible, and get your feet wet in this thing, and put aside a budget to invest in yourself, okay? And stop thinking like, oh, I need ROI right away. I need ROI like next month. Like, if you're thinking that, man, like, honestly, you need a slap in the head, because it doesn't work that way right away with music unless you've got like a funnel. Okay, a sales funnel, and that's like running advanced Facebook ads, and you got merch, and you got shows, and you got all the things in place. But you probably aren't there yet, or the majority of you artists aren't there yet. You're not ready to handle that because you don't have the business set up. You barely have a song done or know what songs you're promoting. But if you do have music for sale, you have CDs, you have merch, you have shows. You don't have to have shows, but that helps. Then you can set up a funnel where you can sell your music and upsell people, and get them on your email list and all that advanced stuff, which I teach in Fanbase University. Okay, so if you're there for more advanced stuff, go to Fanbase University and freaking sign up, and I'll coach you twice a month, and I'll show you how I'm teaching other artists how to do this, and and put money in and at least break even, if not make money off of it, because it is more than possible. All right, it really is. But when you're trying to do it like with Spotify at the beginning, when you're just starting out, like, give me a freaking break, man. Put some effort into this. Go get a job and take that extra money and put it into your music and build the thing. Okay, I didn't think about making money off of this stuff at the beginning. Like, just put your heart into it, man, and make the best music, and it'll go, and it'll get shared. It'll blow up. All right, I believe in you. I want to remind you, a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. So don't quit. So if you're a struggling artist and you're just trying to figure out this music industry, you want to go full time with your music, you want to get noticed on social media, or learn how to launch an album, an EP, or just get your music more marketed out there, I want to encourage you to check out my coaching program called Fanbase University. Every single month, I jump on the phone 2 times with my students, and I coach them, and I teach them how to market their music, how to get noticed, how to handle booking agents, record labels, and just get their music out there. Also, you get access to exclusive training, you get interviews with music industry professionals. If you want to find out more and not do this on your own, not struggle, because I've wasted thousands of dollars on my career, and now I want to coach other artists. Check out my program, fanbaseuniversity.com, or click the link below to find out more info.